Gorilla woman.
Hello, everybody. Give me 1 second. Guys, let me know if the music's too loud, all right? Okay. So, guys, this is your boy Jay Takashi. I'm here to bring you guys a new video, aka a new topic of discussion, and it's based in all forms of mediums. All right, it's too loud. Thank you. How does it sound now? Okay, we 2 minutes and 45 seconds in. So let's get started, guys. Let me not waste your time today. Now, so as you are all, you're welcome. It's still too loud. Maybe it's my background. I don't know. Guys, give me 1 second. Cause I need to know that I sound louder than my music. I don't want to talk when the music on. That's just terrible. All right. How does this sound now? Sobot, tell me, is it still loud? All right, man. I don't know if anyone's gonna still be here to tell me that, but to everybody in the chat, give me a 1 or give me a 1 if it's too loud. Give me a 2 if you think it's fine. Okay. Now, with that being said, we're gonna start. So, like I said, the topic I have to discuss is in, like I said, many different forms, aka mediums, and that is shipping. So that's what we're gonna discuss tonight. And like I said, depending on whatever happens tonight, this could be this will be a short or a long one, but I don't think it can be very too much long. With me by myself. So let's just get into it, guys. So shipping is, so as you're all aware, so I'm gonna give you guys a definition of shipping, and then I'm gonna break it down to you. What it is. Okay. So basically, shipping is an act of putting a romantic relationship between two characters or people who are not already romantically linked. The term comes from the word relationship and is often used by fans of a fandom. So yes. So, and also, there's some more information, guys. I can't prepare for it. Here are some other things about shipping. Shippers, the people who ship characters, ship, the pairing itself, fan fiction and fan art, unofficial creative works that often result from shipping. Platonic or romantic, the term can be used to describe any close relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic. Now, now also, this might, I think it's kind of the same thing when I go to the other part of the definition. But yeah, ship derived from the word relationship is a term the desire by followers of a fandom for two or more people. Like I said, the same thing, either real life people or fictional characters in film, literature, television series, etc., to be in a romantic relationship. Now, I think everybody's gotten that down now. All right. So guys, that's what shipping is right there. Term definition, all that. Now, I'm gonna get into reasons sorry. Turn this bright on my over me. There we go. Let's look better. Now, I'm gonna go over why I'm gonna discuss why I dislike shipping, but I'm gonna go to the like first. Shipping by its definition, by its nature and definition, basically what we all just went over, can be in any forms of multimedia that we consume, watch, or particularly two characters that we like. So, for example, since I'm using a Pokemon thumbnail for for this video, I'll just go over that. I want everybody to know. Back in the day, I was a big Ash and Misty shipper. I was going to know what shipping was, honestly, and it was more of a thought of fan fiction, but also a lot of things in the story of Pokemon. I wanted Ash and Misty to be together at the time. Guys, this is when I was in middle school, things like that. Like I said, I liked romance, action, all that time, but particularly I love the idea of pairing those two together because they have been together on their journey for so long. And I'm like, I can see those two marrying and marrying and getting together. And not to mention, to anybody who knows why I love Pokemon 2000, the movie, so much, there's so many hints of them being told that they'll be together. Melody literally dangles it in front of Misty's face enough of the time to infer that, oh, there's something you two need to work on. No, something you need to work on when the two of you get married. And, like that. So particularly, as long as there's enough information given there, at least this was my thought process. As long as there's enough information given there that they would be together, that they would be together, that it would hint towards that or even lead towards it, is what that is. So for another example, I have other pairing. I'll go through a lot of them actually with you guys, but also we'll try to go through some comic book pairings as well, if anybody has any. But the thing is, with those relationships in comic books, they're kind of already established. This is what they are, and then they get effed over and screwed, which is why I won't discuss too many of those. But another pairing that was unexpected was Luke Cage and Jessica Jones in the comic books. I'm going to Marvel, to where it's not recognized under a thing, or they don't F up the relationship. They're together forever, and they even have a daughter. Like I said, they started off as separate street heroes. Her as a pride, him as a hero for hire with Iron Fist. And throughout their I'm not gonna say entanglement, I promise you I won't say that word. Throughout their adventures and getting close together and knowing each other through the entirety of their publication, the writers actually put two together, made them date, then made them marry, which was a big event, and then have a child together. Oh, and so much more so that Iron Fist, So here's what I found funny: Luke Cage marries Jessica Jones, but Iron Fist marries not Colleen Wynn, because she's an actual character in the Netflix series, but he marries Misty Knight. Like, and they constantly do Heroes for Hire for that. But I don't remember there being a ship. Now I'll say this: I don't remember there being a shipping for it particularly. All I know is that they just got together. But I think the difference with comic books and that is that, like, you know, the material is there for them to get together. Whether they seal the deal by, you know, by pairing these two together is up to the writers. So it's not really so much fan fiction as more as it's already set in stone to happen. But more so, shipping your favorite characters from any type of series who aren't together currently right now is it's your fandom wanting that to happen because you have love for those two characters. I'm talking about why I like it. So why I like it is I love seeing my favorite characters get together. I love that the characters have chemistry with one another, that there's a story involved in there together, and also there are events that lead these two characters to coincide with one another, especially throughout the either they get at the end of the journey, mid journey, or a third of the journey. But it's never like off right they start dating sometimes, because there has to be chemistry there, or at least for me to make the ship believable to me in my mind. It has to, you know, like I said, it has to be like, it has to have some material written about it already. It can't just be like a simple sentence of something and then they're together. Like, no, it's kind of like whatever. We don't give a damn. But if you watch any series or read any series long enough, you'd be like, damn, bro, he needs to sell that shit. Like, seriously, because you want your boy to win. Like I said, I wanted my boy Ken Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul to win, and he won. He got Toka, and I actually called that out. The shipping at the time that I made when Tokyo Ghoul came out, within before the time skip that they had even happened. And I said, as soon as he becomes a badass, she's gonna notice this motherfucker and like him more. Not only did she not notice him, not only did she care about him, and not only did he change her and encourage her to actually go live out her life and stuff, she ended up meeting his wife and having his kids. No said. That was a ship that was worth the wait. It was no. They were first introduced as he was introduced as somebody she just not really despised, but more so thought was a weakling of any kind. And so then as the series went along, he helped her. She saw the courage within him to want to help Hinami, her, and the people who have helped him with the situation of turning into a ghoul and things of that nature. And not only that, not only is a transformation of his torture, but he became such a badass and such a leader in a way that she saw his good points and started to care about him more. He literally saved her from her brother, which by the way is the best thing of season 1 is when he beats up I can't remember if it's the end of season 1 or beginning of season 2. When he beats Jason, his hair turns white, his nails turn black, and then he runs into Ayato, who's trying to who by the way is the older brother of Toka, and he's decimating his sister, which he shouldn't be doing because it's his sister, even though he needs to hold back against her. Kaneki steps in, literally says, "Yo, bro, you shouldn't be doing that to your sister." He beats his ass. But he says, like, I could easily kill you, but I'm not going to do that because Tokyo would be sad. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break all of your ribs, all your bones, and count from 1,000 or some shit. It was ridiculous. So, that's one of my favorite moments of a character. I'm like, okay, dude, he's doing what I predicted he would probably do. And, it's things like that that's like a payoff for me by the end of the series. So like, just overall, that's kind of like what I like in the shipping, because like I said, my favorite characters get together. I called it out. 2, they get together, and 3, there's good writing involved to where I'm like, yeah, dude, this is plausible. It's a reason why he picked her or why she picked him or things like that. So let me get into the reason why I dislike it. Okay, I can give a few series where it doesn't make sense. But I'm going to start with the series we currently watch right now, y'all. God damn, my damn camera's being a hoe right now. I'm sorry. My camera monitor. Don't know why I did that. Let it. Okay. So freaking weird. Why my monitor moved like that. Okay. Sorry about that. Now, reasons why I dislike it. Oh, here we go. So there's a series called RWBY, guys, and to everybody who's seen RWBY, it's a popular series that has gotten a lot of criticism to it. And a lot of things attached to it that are not good. Some are reasonable, some are not. One of the things that's not reasonable is the forced shipping pairing of kind of like quote unquote WOKE nonsense. So one of them being called Yang and Blake, which are my two favorite fucking characters. Like I think they're the badasses of the groups of RWBY, out of RWBY, Weiss, Yang and Blake, of course. I think they're those two of the badasses. Now, to continue this, they're in the very beginning, at least of the story, it was hinted that both Yang and Blake both, particularly like guys, particularly there, and where it comes to sexual orientation, whatever it is, you kind of let that, you kind of let things flow as they go throughout the series, but particularly more of the fans wanted this pairing. One of these fans wanted the pairing to happen. When I say one, at least a portion of fans did, even though it didn't make any sense to put them together particularly, because Blake together was with a certain male character introduced. His name was Sun. He was for a course of her character arc in season 4. I remember that really quickly. Season 4 to 5, at least. And in that time period, she got to know Sun. She got to know who he was about, and have feelings for him particularly. So things were already setting. So technically, there was the groundwork from the beginning of season 1 to season 4 to continue that little, plot line with her and Sun. And then out of nowhere, they contribute that they drove that romance and they force a Blake and Yang romance, which didn't make sense because the thing is, we already had two. Okay, I tell people this: we already had two women be married to each other, which was John's sister and sorry about that, guys. John's sister and her girlfriend, because they have a kid together. Simple enough. Two women together. We already had a good representation of that, but they decided like, no, it's got to be in the main. No, because it's a series called RWBY. We got to have two. No, we got to have like at least one of them or two of them being like freaking, in a relationship with each other, and it was just, it just felt forced. It just felt forced. No context behind it whatsoever. And guess what? If there is, then it's poorly done. Like it doesn't make any sense. What I was told and what I looked up was a lot of fans on different forums wanted the pairing to happen. And I was like, okay, guys, I understand you want your certain character to get together, but it doesn't make sense for them to be together. There has to be some sense of writing. You need to either go along with it, to back it up strongly, or you're just saying that just to say that. But like I said, for me, it has to make sense. It has to make sense within the continuity of the story, and also it makes sense that these characters, whose characterization, who we've been following from the beginning, that it lines up with that. There's nothing to line up with it. The only thing is that they protect each other, but close friends but like I said, majority of these characters have been doing that for the entirety of the series. So why would it be any different in this case? That she's trying to kill her because she's trying to get her from her crazy psycho ex-boyfriend, which, by the way, yes, Adam is a freaking terrible piece of shit of a character, so he can be killed off at the time. So, by all means, I was okay with that, but let's not get into that. I'm talking about the shipping itself. We need textual reason why this needs to happen. Not not go off the fan base of freaking characters and make that shit possible because they asked for it. Like no. And sometimes in writing, mangakas get death threats sent by some of their fans because they didn't want a particular thing to happen in their series because they're so mad and butthurt about it that they're trying to send a threat to the character. No, they're sending threats to the writer to let him know that yo man, change this or we're gonna do such and such to you. Which I'm not a fan of in Japan. I hate that with a passion. I think people who send their threats to other people are the weakest people and pathetic people in the world. And crazy. But sorry guys, I went on a tangent there, but that's just a little example of what I'm talking about like, being forced to do something because, fans are hate that you've taken out a character or something like that. And I'm like, you shouldn't do it to appease the fans. I'm gonna say this right now. Because I have my opinion about how some things can be done in Marvel or DC particularly, and that's fine. But this is going to sound contradictory in some regards, and I don't want to contradict myself, so let me say this. On one hand, I agree that there are some that should follow source materials, and that should happen in a series when it comes to character. I think for me that only applies sometimes to freaking source material that's already been written. Like use that to massage it and execute it. That's simple when it comes to that. When it comes to things, when it comes to writing the story you want to, if you're a writer, write what you want to write. But just be coherent and consistent about where these characters are going. If they're going to end up in a path of a relationship with someone, or they're going to just be by themselves. That's, like I said, just make it make sense and have some context, textual context behind it. Said context twice, but yeah. But like, just make it make sense, because this shit irritates me when you put a bad character. No, when you force a terrible character to be with a good character, and there's no chemistry there. It's just their sake, just for sakes, and there was no build up behind it, and you just did it just to do it. Yes, that can get entertaining, but that's one of the reasons why I can also dislike that, because, like I said, I need history behind this. I need some form of logic and persuasion that you would pair these together. Because if you're doing it just because of fans or some shit, then that's just retarded. At least in my mind. Pardon my French when I say that. But yeah, it's unethical. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's kind of just saying like, I want to do this because I want to do this, or we got lazy and choppy, so we decided to just do it anyway, just to shut people up. But like I said, if it doesn't progress the story, or in my mind, this is just my personal opinion, if it doesn't progress the story in any way for these characters to be better after it happens, or like I said, no chemistry, then don't do it. Now I've said what I need to say. I think I've broken a dead horse already, so I don't need to say any more. I guess I can get into it. They do this shit with Batman and Catwoman. So, and I really hated what they've done with those two characters, because it was like, we're actually gonna progress the character Batman and Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman, and what they completely do is have Catwoman try to almost go through with the wedding, and then last second she dips out on Bruce, which pissed me the fuck off that you would do that. And it's just like, you gotta cuck superheroes just to cuck them, and I've never understood that. And yes, guys, we're getting to comic book territory. Don't give me dude. There's a whole, actually, I want to say this. There's actually a channel I watched, and I gotta find it again. But they were discussing superheroes who've been with their relationships and pairings that don't make any sense now, or that were once quote unquote kind of good, and then now they just have them around for no reason, or at least the pairing of that person, if they was around for no reason, and they're not doing anything with them. They're just there, which is kind of reasons why I don't read comics nowadays now, because some of the best characters like Spider-Man and Batman, they're getting cuts. Superman's not. He's with Lois, and that's set in stone. They're not gonna mess with it up. Look me starting on Jean Grey and Scott in the books. They messed them up as well. But if I can find that video, guys, I will definitely link you to that video. But overall, like I said, shipping can be a good thing and bad thing. Like I said, it's just basically your love for these two characters, if you want to end up together or not. Or at least a particular pair that you see that might have some some rapport. And for me, I've done that with plenty of series sometimes, but now I'm not saying I go with the flow, but it's kind of like whatever happens now. So that's where I'm at now. I mean, that's how I kind of enjoy the some of the series that I enjoy, guys. I just do that. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, well, freaking well, whatever. I'm not gonna try to spill milk about it at this point, because I kind of like have my highs and lows with doing that, which is why I over arms about like pairings, because I no longer care if like I said, if the writer or the creator goes through it or not. So yeah. But I gotta ask, guys, do you guys have a favorite pairing in your in any fictional force of medium? I'm sorry, work of I said force. Any fictional work of medium or live action medium that you guys have checked out? Any pairings of who you would like to be together, or would you would like an ending and have that character to have an ending with? I mean, if so, man, leave a comment like I said, leave a comment below, right? But there's nothing left. There's nothing left for me to cover particularly. I think I've hit everything I need to say. That's it. So with that being said, y'all, this has been your man Jay Takashi, man. And peace out. Good night, and be sure to drink some water. Exercise, because I got to do that early in the morning. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff right now, but hey man, I'm gonna do my best. So, glory days, peaceful nights, and yeah, guys, be safe. Peace.